Yes.
Oh, I've got to stand up. Oh. It's 7:30, folks. Here they come. I'm closing chapters. Here they come. Turning pages to glory. Back to hell. I'm moving on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We will be getting started here in just 2 minutes. Welcome to Wednesday, and I've got a special surprise for you all tonight. Good to see you. We'll be getting started here in just about 2 minutes.
W-R-E. Oh, shit.
All right, it will be getting started here in 1 minute.
W-R-E. Fuck, I have maker pen in this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be getting started in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
There's a lot of people.
4, 3, 2, 2.5, 1.5, 1.25. Okay, 1. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Chazzy's Human Lifestyle Club. Good to see everyone. It's Wednesday. We made it to Wednesday. What a blessing. What a great time to be alive. How many people are excited for tonight's event? Raise your hand. I know I'm excited. Everyone's excited. I'm so excited. I'm shaking with excitement. Yes. And I have a special guest for you as well. But before we get into our special guest for tonight, a couple of announcements. Okay, how many people are a part of the Discord? Raise your hand. Are you a part of the Discord? If you're not, you should be, because then you get the announcements before the shows, and you get the announcements Monday through Friday and all of that good stuff, and you get to deal with my annoyance. So we'll drop the Discord in the bio at the end of the show. So one of the announcements, we got lots of great news. We will be at RecCon 2022. So let's give a big round of applause for RecCon 2022. All right, yes, we made it in there. We will have a panel. It will be a motivational speech like the Rec Room Creator Conference, okay, RRCC. So we will have another motivational speech there, and it'll be broadcasted. So broadcasting means that you'll be able to be in any instance of the room and you'll still be able to see me. So you won't be able to miss out on the show. So that's a good thing. As well as with that means is we'll have lots of new people to the Chazzy's Human family, and that's always a good thing. Before I introduce our lovely, lovely guests, a couple of, house rules, okay? Please be polite, okay? Please don't, remember when we talked, who was there when we talked about treating everybody with respect? People You know, who's there when we talked about that? Well, if you weren't, okay, remember this person. They have they're a very important person, but they're also human. So you don't want to overwhelm them. You don't want to overwhelm anyone. Okay, so keep your questions, if you have any after the show, appropriate during the show. You know, we're all excited, but we want to make sure that we're giving it our best out there. Okay, and with that being said, I'd like to tell you that first of all, I'm so grateful for this club and for all of you, and I love each and every one of you so much. I mean, you guys, the only reason why we're able to do this is because of you, and the only reason why we're able to reach out to certain special guests is because of you. So thank you. Let's give you lovely people a round of applause for being here and supporting. It means a lot to me. I would have never thought this club, but God works in mysterious ways. Amen. But with that being said, I would like to introduce to you our special guest of the night. No, this is not an imposter. It is the real SoulFoxGaming. Please come on out, ladies and gentlemen. The one and only. The one and only. Yes. Let's go ahead, switch to interview mode, please. And then you can say a little bit about your, there you go. All righty, I'll give you a chance to introduce yourself to everyone.
Yeah, hey y'all, SoulFox here. I am a VR YouTuber who focuses on gameplay, comedy, and hopefully just bringing smiles to people as they watch my videos.
Love to see it, love to see it. And I was able to get SoulFox here through Stork, the lovely Stork. He is sitting right over there, so everyone makes you message Stork and say thank you, and then also message SoulFox and say thank you for being here. They've been excited in the Discord. Everyone's like, oh my goodness, it's been a fun time, and I'm so happy that they're happy. That makes me truly happy. Let's get all the pictures out of the way. So I'll give you a couple of seconds. Take your pictures, okay? Take your pictures and all that good stuff. Oh my goodness, oh goodness. I may have made a fatal mistake by saying that. You got one more second. Okay, enough pictures. Enough. I have tinnitus now from all this beeping and bopping. Oh my God, these are some long timers you guys got. Jeez. Okay, thank you very much. But before we get started, how was you guys' day? Everyone type in chat how your day's been. What'd you do? What'd you eat? Did you fall down the stairs? Did you fall up the stairs? I fell down the stairs today, just a little bit. It's a daily thing. Battle with the stairs, let me tell you. It really is. Let's see what people are saying. Fem said good with yous. Oh, I like that. Potato said great. Snacky Buns, great. A chill Wednesday. I love to see it. Pete, time for pizza said better since you're here. Oh, thank you. We love to have you here. Welcome. Scout said my headphones broke. I am sorry to hear that. That is tragic. I can understand that. Your headphones break and then, you don't have music. Feels like the world's falling apart. Mr. Hour said tired. I'm sorry that you're tired, but you're here. And that, that's a good thing. But also you should probably be sleeping, but that's none of my business. So Adam Met said, feel of my door after feeding my jaw. Yes, that's all I'm going to say. I don't know. I'm sorry. Yes. Smart Water said, I threw a hammer at my cat. He has 9 lives, so it's okay. Oh my God. That is a good one, though. They do have 9 lives, but you don't want to take one of them. Then what are they going to do? What if they need it? And then everybody's day has been pretty good. DJ Canada said he's hungry, so send him a snack, okay? With that being said, everyone open up your watch, go to this event, and it is Open Discussion Night Part 2. Special guest being the wonderful SoulFoxGaming. And tonight's open discussion topic is, what did COVID lockdown teach you? And did you learn something about yourself that you didn't know while in COVID lockdown? Let's talk about it. Okay. Who would like to be the first to go up? Okay, who would like to be the first? Raise those hands. And I'm going to have one of the lovely tech staff come down and bring you on up. Okay, this is exciting. This is exciting. Oh, I love that merch down there, that C equals H merch that he made. I like that, Jetman. He's rocking the unofficial merch. I love it.
Looks good.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. We got one person. Okay, let's get one more person on up. Okay, and time for pizza. Let us please welcome to the stage Livy and Time for Pizza. Let's give them a round of applause.
Hello.
Welcome. Nothing much. It's the open discussion night. So we all remember COVID, right? You know, how many of us have had COVID since then? Everyone raise it. Yeah. You've had COVID, or you know someone who's had COVID.
It's making me sick
right?
just hearing it.
Honestly, though, that's the truth right there.
I know.
Let's give a special guest. What has been your experience with COVID? Have you? Did it make you value anything more? Did it change your outlook? What? Give us the goods.
Yeah, for me, I mean, you know, people always say life can change in an instant, but whenever you actually see a whole global pandemic set in, it kind of really sets in that life can change in an instant, not just for you, but for every single person. So that definitely made me realize, you know, things are not in our control. Something can happen. It can change the whole entire world. So it made me kind of value time a little bit more. But it was a strange experience. I'll say that.
Yeah, I definitely can relate to that. I think having COVID, it gave time. My relationship with my, parents weren't the best. It gave me time. And, I'm a Christian, so it gave me a lot more time for healing that I was praying about to mend those relationships with my parents. And it was truly I feel like it was a needed time. I feel like it was a needed time that everyone needed to have a pause in their life to realize you're not in control as much as you think you are, and that you need to sit down every now and again and appreciate not only the great people you have in your life, but what you do have in your life, your health, what you do, what your job is, everything. It really put into perspective that you only get one life, and what you do with it is so very important. So I can definitely, understand that. How about you, Time for Pizza? Go ahead.
Okay. So in the bio of this event, it says, "What did COVID lockdown teach you?" It definitely taught me how important friendships are, because when we went on lockdown, I felt like I didn't have anyone to talk to, especially it was in the middle of school, and I had like all my friends and all that. It was just kind of hard to get used to it with like no one to talk to. Yes, I talked to him through the phone and all of that, but like there's just something missing in between meeting people, in real life, talking. I mean, talking through the phone's great, but it has its it's different.
It does have
than
its difference,
real life.
yeah. Okay, Livy, how about you?
I agree with what he said, like not being able to go to school like in person. Like when I started online, like I couldn't be in person, face to face, making friends with a teacher, doing work and things like that. So it was definitely different.
Right. It makes you count your blessings. It really does. It makes you reevaluate what's important in your life. And I feel like, even one thing I would say that something that will stick with me forever is I'm an adult, and I have jobs, like, I got my careers and my dreams and all that good stuff, but it made me think about my loved ones most importantly, and how if my parents got it or if my siblings got it, it was a lot of uncertainty going on. Even I work in the medical field as my other part-time job, and I was still uncertain. Nobody knew what was going on. Nobody knew what was happening. So I was, a little afraid for my parents and my family. Me and my mother both work at the same hospital, and that's definitely a blessing, but I was worried about her. She deals with patients all day, just the way I work in the lab. I don't have to really go near people, but I deal with blood. So it was a really scary situation because the whole world just stopped, and it made me refocus on what my father always tells me. He says, "Do what you do, but watch my shoe." And he says that all the time, okay? And what that pretty much means is do the best you can, live the best life you can, but be careful and make wise decisions. That's simply what it means. And I thought about that the entire time doing that. I had to redo some life decisions. I value my family a lot, so I decided, hey, I want to move closer to my mother and father. So here I am. I'm closer to mother and father. I'm closer to family. How about you, SoulFoxGaming? What other things did you find out about yourself, or just anything at all?
Yeah, so just learning more about being safe. Going out. Even to get groceries, you had to be cautious. You couldn't be too close to people.
Yeah.
Couldn't be out long. Once you got it, you need to come straight back home.
Yeah.
It made me more self-conscious because if I went out and then came home to loved ones, I could cause them, damage. I could cause them issues. I could get them sick, and that was something I really thought about. And so that definitely had me think a lot. Like, where can I go safely and not cause harm to the ones I love?
Yeah.
It did. I definitely think that COVID, it had its bad parts, but like we don't need to all talk bad about it, because like it does have its good parts, because it was definitely a good, because I'm a Christian too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was definitely a good way for like Christianity to grow in people, because in my church, huge church, and in that year we had over 30,000 decisions for Christ in that year. And
that's great.
I know there's like the ooh and the ahs and all that. I wish there was like an amen feature where you could type in amen.
I know, right?
Amen.
Amen.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. When you make a good point, I either type or I scream, and it might hurt the people around me. I scream amen, but you don't hear it. But I'm over there.
Okay, I hear it. I feel it. I feel it emanating from the stage.
Also, COVID got me used to Rec Room, really, because like once, if November of 2020, I got on my Xbox and I created an account. I had a lot of fun, and then but I was sadly on a junior account because I was 12 then, and but what it did get me used to it, and then when I turned 13, I got a VR. I was so excited. When I was 12, that's actually, fun fact, that's how I discovered SoulFox, because my mom was like, you can't listen to people, you can't watch people that curse. So I felt like it felt forever for me to find like a certain YouTuber, because there are very short Rec Room YouTubers that don't curse. Like I gave Gecko VR, he cursed one word, my mom was like, out, no. And then I found SoulFox live streaming like a chill, and I'm like, please don't curse, please don't curse. I got through his full stream. I'm like, I think we got him. I think we found someone. And it was, I've been watching SoulFox, and then when I turned 13 and got a VR, been playing. I type in SoulFox's chat a lot, actually. I don't know if you ever noticed me. I type, it's good to have a Christian YouTuber, Christian Rec Room YouTuber. I type that a lot in your chat. So, yeah, what else? I know I kind of went a little over the top there, but
it's okay.
COVID, it had its bad parts, but it also had its pretty good parts.
It definitely did. How about you, Livy? What do you think about this?
Like, I would say towards the beginning of COVID, I would say towards the beginning of COVID, like people, like there was like a group. It was like people who thought it was real, the people who were like in the middle, people who didn't think it was real. The people who did think it was real made it complicated for people who knew it was real, because they're making people more sick and people were dying faster. And it was like, if my mom went to the store, she would come back and be like, "Don't touch nothing. You sit right there, don't touch nothing." And I'm like, okay. I was confused at first, but I'm like, now I understand, because it was like, I could have got it and probably like not even be here right now, so I understand.
It was a mess.
We laugh
it was
at
really
it.
a
We
mess.
laugh at it now, but then like I remember going into Walmart with my mom or dad, and there was someone like threatening to throw hands for toilet paper, and I'm just and I know we laugh at it now because it's been seen on security cameras and all of that, but like then it was like, oh my gosh. We are like, the world is ending. We were like,
it really is.
It was awful, but now we laugh at it and be like, can you believe we fought over toilet paper? And then when our kids have kids and their kids have kids and all that, they're gonna be like, y'all fought over toilet paper, unless they have like another pandemic
like some savages. And
Yeah.
and looking at it from that angle, looking at from the good that happened, more people started focusing on themselves. And I feel like in this rat race of a world we live in, where we're so career driven, we're so focused on what I need to do to get ahead. How can I, the whole world stopped just for us. And that's the way I think of it. The whole world stopped just for you. What would you do? And what did you do? Did you take advantage of that time? Because that might never happen again. So the people that went out there, I saw people making businesses. I saw people getting their health together. I saw people, people like, me that are, Christians getting back and, if you lost your faith, you rekindled it, or maybe your faith wasn't strong enough and, you got better. Whatever it was a time that I feel more people, I hope, took advantage of to either find out some dream, to either work on themselves, to either whatever. It was time that you can use for anything. And it was I would say I didn't, I was scared. However, I really enjoyed it. I needed the time, I really did. It felt like I had a second to breathe and figure out what I needed to do next. How about you, SoulFoxGaming? Any comment on anything that's been said?
Yeah, so for me, it honestly didn't feel like a lot changed at the beginning because I work alone, I work at home.
Right.
That didn't change. What did change is getting different comments. I remember people saying, your videos helped me get through the day. And that's not something I ever expected to see. I was just trying to work, just trying to have a good time, trying to pay bills.
Right.
Like that's what I was doing. But that, and then also like you mentioned, getting in shape. Like I wanted to make sure through COVID I was still trying to take care of myself the best I could. So I stuck to it. And it's been really good to actually see people, like they saw that as a time to really work on themselves. So it's been nice to see people actually improve.
Yeah. It makes me happy. It gives me hope that, this world isn't lost yet. It really does. It makes me very happy. And I work a lot from home. And when so I was able to still work. Thankfully, a lot of people don't have that opportunity. And when I think about COVID, it is a great time. However, think of also all the people who lost their jobs. People, we don't live in the age of you wake up and your job's still there anymore. We live in the age of you wake up and your job's gone for no reason. Because, it ain't like the old times. You have a job for years and years and you fed your family. You fed grandma. You fed the dog. You fed the neighbors. Like you fed everybody. Everybody was fed. Right. And it's not like that anymore. Jobs are not more secure anymore. They let a lot of businesses went out of business in COVID because there wasn't enough customers. But also it showed us that the world we live in is a lot more unstable than we thought it was. It showed us definitely that for sure. That listen, ain't no joke up in these streets. Okay, ain't no joke. Really though, you got people. You had people out in these streets. Doing doing anything they wanted. Honestly, we had people fighting. We had people, starting coalitions and wars, and it was a wild time. And looking back over it all, when you really just take a second to just think about all that happened, we should all be grateful that we are still standing here today, alive.
Yep.
We may not be perfect. You may not be a millionaire. You may not, whatever it is. If you have a roof over your head, breath in your body. Whoa, those chairs. Oh, wow. Those chairs did a little shifty-wifty. That's fun. Yeah, I like that. Musical chairs. Musical chairs.
Might as well turn this into like a theme park.
Right. Musical chairs reverse.
Like
the chairs move.
Split up. We all just.
There you go.
How do Wade help us make that?
I'm telling you, that's a good. Listen, you might have an idea there. You might want to trademark that. But no, really though, whenever I think about people complaining, and we all complain, we're human. How many people complain? Raise your hand. We all do. Don't you lie and keep your hand down, because I know all of us complain. Okay, you too, fam. Put your hand up. I see over there. I know you can put that hand up. Yeah, we all complain every day, exactly. And we complain about the dumbest things. I'm gonna be honest with you. We complain about some useless stuff. We really do. And we should be thankful that we even made it through a whole pandemic and weird stuff going on. That is one thing to be thankful for. It really, really is. I mean, every day is a new day and every day is a blessing, right? Every day is a new day to do something that you want to do. Every day is a new day to be better, to be a better version. I mean, that's why the motto of the club is better people, better humans, better Rec Room. And shifting the topic to COVID and Rec Room, COVID really had a highlight moment with Rec Room, and that's because Rec Room is such a special place.
If I can add to that, in all the gaming community, really, like all
Yeah.
games really had a shot. A lot of people, like, I heard this story about, like, a lot of people actually would quit their jobs and they heard how well gaming was doing, and they would start their own game and their own, like, company and all that. And I thought that was great, but yeah, it was definitely a huge leap for the gaming community. Like, that's how I got started on Rec Room, a bunch of other games. And, yeah.
How about you, Livy? Anything to add to that?
Yeah, just like many games got a chance. Like before COVID, like they were like low and they didn't have like lots of people playing it. COVID gave them a chance. Like Among Us, I think Fall Guys, and many other games just gave them a chance and became more popular. And now they're still popular to this day. So yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. SoulFoxGaming, got anything to add on that?
Yeah, just it's been like you mentioned, gaming grew a lot. And not only that, but also like the communities within them. So Rec Room was one of those. Rec Room, I've watched it grow for many years now. Like I remember seeing, this was probably 3 years ago. Box, but this is about 3 years ago, and I remember there was a link on Twitter, and it was going to an article talking about games that are essentially making a lot of money and like doing well. And Rec Room was getting up there alongside Bungie. And I grew up playing Halo. Like that's my all-time one of my favorite games. And I was like, how is that? How are these two side by side right now? This makes no sense at all to me. And then since then, Rec Room's continued to grow. But yeah, COVID it definitely helped with that growth as well.
It definitely did. I mean, and I'm happy to see that, you know, as Rec Room's growing, I feel like definitely the community is sort of kind of growing up in a weird way. The community, we're seeing a lot more older folks. We're seeing a lot more people pushing the limits to what Rec Room can be. I mean, my pushing the limit is, you know, trying to do a show and trying to bring more meaning to the game. Even though some people might see it as just a game, I want to bring more to that. And COVID helped me realize, you know, set my priorities straight. During COVID, we still had our club meetings, and it was such a great time. You know, I didn't really feel alone. I mean, I never feel alone, but I didn't feel alone because I had all the lovely club members. We would still have our shows. It felt natural. It felt like nothing had changed. And I feel like that's probably the power of VR. Too, on top of that, is that the social aspects of VR, you know, are truly great. While everybody was, you know, trying to figure out what pasta to make during COVID and knitting and just people picking up just random hobbies, I was like, I'm going on Rec Room and I'm going to talk to my friends. I'm going to a virtual bar. I'm going to a virtual club. I'm going, you know, I was going virtual all over. It was a good time. I went to a couple of nice virtual clubs, turned up a little bit. Let me tell you, it was a good time. You know, it really, listen, you never been to a virtual club? Highly recommend. Turn up. I mean, and without the consequences, okay, of dealing with all the sweaty people. Yeah, because, you know, sometimes you go to a club and, you know, somebody not wearing deodorant and you'd be like, what's that smell? What is that? Oh, that's you. Oh no. Yeah, listen, some of the adults out there, you know what I'm talking about. Go to them club and you bump into someone sweaty. It happens. It does. It really do. But, you know, moving on. Here's one thing that I feel like when COVID hit, so many people, and this is a flaw of a lot of people, they didn't want to believe it. They just didn't want to believe that anything in this world could ever stop the world. And that's our first mistake. We forget that the human body, we still don't know a lot. We still don't. Listen, we only know so much about the human body and diseases and viruses. We don't know everything. It's not meant for us to know everything. Newsflash. You're not supposed to. And people were so quick to say, oh, nope. and then someone dies and they're like, oh, this is real. Why in this society, in this day and age, when so much violence happens, so many crazy things go on, that a sickness comes out of nowhere, and I don't think it goes out of nowhere. And I don't think it was created. I believe it, needed to be healed right on time. That's for sure. I really, really, really don't understand why it took, a whole pandemic for people to get their act together and start thinking about the serious parts in their life. We should be doing that every day. We should be thinking about the impact we have on people every single day, not just when your life is in danger and you're like, ooh, I'm scared, I don't know. Why wait then? Why on our deathbed do we have to act as though, oh, this is the moment, no, you have your entire life to do that. You have so much time that if you are not taking advantage of it and you're doing, whose fault is it? You can't blame it on COVID. We can't do that. We can't blame it on mom and daddy. We can't blame it on friends. We can't blame it on trauma. We have to look back at us. We really do, because we block our own success most of the time. We really do. We are not as far as ahead in life we could be, because we're always we let our brain and our thoughts tell us we can't do it, when in reality we can. We let our brain take control. We let those invasive thoughts. How many people have invasive thoughts? Raise your hand. If you don't know what that means thoughts that you're like, these aren't true, but I'm going to listen to them anyway. Yeah, not so happy thoughts. And unfortunately, there was a rise in suicides during COVID. And that really broke my heart. It really did, because, you never know what people are going through until they're gone. And even then, you'll never know.
About it now,
yeah.
Whoa, what just happened?
Yeah, I mean, you don't expect it.
People, I know.
Yeah.
It's like one moment you're in school, next week you're not in school, the other week you're not in school.
Yeah.
I mean, you're losing everything. The world seems like it's dying. People are, exactly what you just said, are killing themselves and all of this, and it's like, whoa, what just happened? Like, it was so quick. Because I remember it was actually spring break when I first heard of it, and it was the final day of school before we got out for spring break. And I was talking to my teacher like an hour before class got dismissed. I was like, well, what if the spring break, like all this COVID stuff, and this was like, it was popular in like China and all that. It was getting real. It hasn't come to the U.S. yet, and I was just like, and I was like, what if this comes to the U.S. and we're all under like a quarantine or something? And my teacher's like, oh, that will never happen. I remember that being the longest spring break ever. It was spring break, then it went into the summer. Then it went to like Christmas time, and it's like I haven't seen anyone since spring of 2019 or 2020, spring of 2020. Right. And it was like, whoa. But I mean, I did have a lot of time. Like you just had nothing to do. There was like no schoolwork. It was like you got to just choose what to do. Some people were bored out of their minds. They just didn't know. And some would go crazy. I thought this was a time to like read my Bible. I found it great. All that time was so good to read your Bible, trying to meet new people like through, online and all that. I thought, so again, what I said earlier, it has its good parts and it has its bad parts, but
it definitely does.
Yeah.
Amen to that for sure.
Crazy time.
Yeah.
How about you? Anything to add on to that? The guy over
here, he just kind of disappeared.
Yeah. So they had a balance. But yeah, no. To add on to that, and this is something that people deal with regardless of being COVID or not, is self-isolation. Like, people are not meant to be alone. As much as people enjoy their alone time, I don't think anybody in this world is meant to be permanently alone. It's good to have a community, and so trying to.
Like they absolutely.
A lot of people do, and it's the thing is, like, you need company. Doesn't matter if that's going to be from a family member, a friend, acquaintance. At some point in time, it's good to have another human body there that you can talk to, communicate with, interact with. And I definitely remember at times, like, and even outside of COVID, I'm an introvert. For the most part, I'm an introvert. I still try to push myself out there all the time. I go to the gym. I go do random things. I just got into tennis last week. We want to play tennis tomorrow. Like, I'm trying to get myself out there to enjoy more things and try to interact with more people. But yeah, I mean, it's hard, and it takes a huge mental toll on people because they just
start carrying baguette.
At times, they don't know who to talk to. Like, with us, with faith, we talk to God. But even then, it's still good to go out and talk to somebody else, another human who understands what you're going through. So
exactly that. I mean, and even in moving in like adulthood is kind of a weird. People are always like, oh, I can't. Young kids, I always can't wait to be an adult. It's weird to be
strange.
an adult. It's so weird. There's no plans. There's no structure. You make it. Every day. You make the plan, right? And it's hard to make friends as an adult. It kind of is weird to make friends as an adult because you're like, how do I reach the hey, let's be friends, right? And don't come off as weird or don't come off as an awkward adult. It's so strange. And I mean, COVID made that worse for some people, which I'm definitely sorry to hear that. But I also feel like now people are more out there. They realized, okay, this all happened. I think it's time for me to finally, I'm an extrovert, so it killed me to be inside, not talking to people. I was literally talking in the mirror. I was like, hey, how you doing? You doing good? Yeah. It was a crazy, crazy time. People are scared. That is very true, especially these days. People be in these streets doing everything. But that's a horse of another color. But thank you so much, Time for Pizza, for coming up. Let's get another person. Thank you. Let's give him a round of applause as he exits the stage. Thank you so much. You may now exit via the back rooms door. Oogity boogity.
Thanks,
good to see you. Of course. Let's go ahead and get the next set of people. Raise those hands. Raise those hands. Do your hands. Wave your hands. Dee 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 dee. Ba 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 and e. Let's get somebody. Ooh, that's a good jingle. Now, see, I told you I could make a song store.
Oh God!
Hey. Oh my God! You scared me for a second. Oh.
Hello. I just want to say I'm loving this show. By the way, I'm loving this.
Wonderful.
I can't.
And what's up, so?
Welcome.
what's up, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while. I'm just gotta give you a high five. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
We need to get another stage.
All right. Let us please welcome to the stage Tidal Wave and Stork. Let's give them a round of applause. Good to see you up here. Finally, Stork. I've only known you for like a couple of years, and yet you never get on stage. The audacity. just fight you. But talking about, the theme of COVID, the theme, of course, is, in the COVID times, as I'd call them, the COVID times. What did you change about yourself? What did you do? Give me the goods. How did COVID change you? Go ahead, whenever you guys are ready.
Can you go first?
I played a lot more VR. That's about it.
Okay, so for me, for COVID, I actually got more extroverted over COVID. Originally, so when COVID struck, I think I was in junior year of high school. I'm pretty sure I was in junior year of high school, and I still talk to a lot of people, but I didn't reach that full potential yet. And because of all that time being in VR, I got to talk to more and more and more and more people. And I've slowly lost that urge to be afraid of what others might think of me, of what others might judge me for. And I just sort of basically lost all of that ever since COVID. So it was more of a positive impact on me instead of a negative one.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. Anything to add on to that, SoulFox? Anything?
Yeah, mine kind of goes back. You mentioned a few minutes ago, going into adulthood, it also goes along with COVID. So at the very beginning of COVID, I was actually coming out of college, and I actually had things lined up. I was going into my field. I was excited about it, and then YouTube started to become more feasible. COVID definitely helped that. More people are online. They're watching. They're spending their time, on YouTube. And so instead of actually going into my field, which I just got out of college for, I was like, I'm going to try YouTube. And believe it or not, it actually helped my career kind of take off. So now I get to do this instead of going and repairing ACs and working up in attics all the time. So I'm very happy.
Pianos.
Working on pianos too. Yeah. No, yeah, it was right towards the beginning of it. So like we were still going to class, having to wear a mask all the time. Like it was weird. Our school had no idea how to run anything at that point. So I was very glad I was graduating like right then, because it was all
You were
going to
still in
shambles.
college?
A blessing in disguise.
How did I not know
That's for
that?
sure. That was a blessing in
Did
disguise.
you guys ever have trouble talking to people with only seeing their eyes and no expression?
I hated it, but I also loved it because, you know, sometimes people breath stink. I'm sorry. I know, listen, I'm going to keep it real, okay? There's a lot of adults. I'm like, hey, you know, as a child, you taught to brush your teeth and, you know, make sure you don't smell a little weird. And I understand you forgot. I know. Listen, we all forget. But oh, my God. Oh, my. Woo! Let me tell you, I was so happy. Because even though a lot of my meetings are virtual for work, since I work for Meta, sometimes I have to meet people. It's horrible. Sometimes I know I just have to meet people. It's just super suffering for me that I actually have to interact. No, but with the job, I met my coworkers for the first time during COVID. And, you know, I've been working for Meta for some time. But I met them for the first time and, ooh, some breaths was kicking. Oh, yes, some breath was kicking, coming out the side of the mask. Just, I was like, wow. Listen, I know you're wearing the mask and people can't smell your breath, but please, hygiene. So I was pretty happy about their mask. I really was. It was great. I loved it. I didn't have to throw up at all, ever. How about y'all? Anything to add on to that?
Okay, so the masks. Okay, look, I felt like a ninja when I was wearing this. To be honest, man. One day I went to first. But then after a while, I started seeing the negative effects of it when talking to people. Because, you know, when I got back to school, I got way more extroverted. I started talking to more and more people. I realized how difficult it was to actually talk to people without expressions and knowing if what I'm saying is either bothering them or how they are reacting, because I have no idea now. All I see is those little cheek cracks. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And also, have you guys ever sneezed in your mask?
Yeah.
Oh,
that is the worst thing ever.
There is no escape. No escape at all.
Oh no. Oh, I remember going to the grocery store and seeing some man, he took off his mask to sneeze. And I said, oh my God, what are you doing? What are you doing? That defeats the whole...
No.
Right.
No. Okay, look. Okay, so the first time I sneezed in my mask, I did not want to do that again. So what I would do is at least I'd sneeze still into my arm like I normally would. Just, you know, little thing like that. I think that's okay, personally.
Common sense is not so common anymore, unfortunately. Sorry, you know, it is what it is. What can we say? Moving on.
I will say
into... Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was just going to say my two worst things about wearing the mask was going to the gym, trying to breathe as you're working out with mask on it's terrible. It's very bad. That and being on airplanes, which I understand you were all in close proximity, you had to do it for safety, but man, flying and like how dry your mouth would get because you had that mask on for hours was awful. There's points in times where like they weren't bringing over water and I was about like choking. I'm like, I'm going to die over here if you don't bring me some water, please, ma'am. Like I need something.
Did you like the mask when it was cold?
Oh man,
The masks were so
I was not a fan. At all.
Just not at all?
Nah,
No.
not me either. Yeah, they started making hospital workers wear them permanently.
Glasses too made
also,
it terrible.
Working out, because going to the gym, that is pain. But also in the hospital, when I'm working there and you have a mask on, it's hard to greet with a kind smile the people that are there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is great for protection. However, it's hard to give the same kind of level of service versus them seeing your mouth, seeing your face, and seeing that, hey, you're here to help. It does make them, I feel like it made them not trust people just a little more by not being able to see their facial reactions.
Nah, you need to get you one of those smiley masks.
Yeah. There you go. One of
If
the
you gotta
clear
tell
ones.
them bad news, just flip it upside down so it's a frowny mask.
You cut a hole in it. That's what you do. You cut a mouth hole in it, just like all the rest. You know, people cutting mouth holes in it. That's a great, innovative.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
couldn't breathe. They had to
truly
put holes in
amazing
it.
engineering. Right. You know, they're like, I just can't breathe in this thing. I need to put some holes in it. Yeah, you do that. You good stuff right there. A lot of great memes came out of it too.
Do you guys think that VR has saved you from COVID, or saved your social life?
Yes.
Possibly,
No.
yeah.
Because you need a social life to be saved.
Ooh, facts. Also a burn all at the same time. Burn and facts. You did not have to go on in people like that. Oh my God. I would say yes and no. Because like Stork said, you need a social life. I mean, I didn't really have much more, to be honest. I really got social life. I kind of just mind my business, go to work, pray, read my Bible, and that's about it. Come home, try to do the best I can. I talk to my parents and like some, old people that I know, and that's pretty much, work people, that's pretty much it. Once again, adulting is strange. So you kind of feel alone at sometimes. But as far as social life, I feel like it definitely helped my career. I can definitely relate on that. Since I work with VR a lot, it definitely helped the market saturate with more VR headsets, more ideas, which in turn helped, the company that I work for, Meta. It helped us learn different things about how people interact. My specific job is consumer analysis. So I have to know what people want to buy, how much they want to spend, what they want about it. And during COVID, a lot of people were vocal about what they didn't like about VR, what they do like. So it was actually a great time to learn more about VR and what it had to offer. Everybody was getting into it and it put a spike in sales. So, hey, I'm mad at there. I couldn't be. So, folks, anything?
Yeah, no, just kind of agreeing with you. It was good. It's kind of like add on to what they were talking about, being social. I remember there were nights where people were hosting parties inside a rec room. And like just being able to go out and dance, like I love dancing, straight up love it. And so looking like a fool in my room, just sitting there dancing and full on sweating, like getting done with it and realizing just like you're drenched and like, okay, that was amazing. I can rest well tonight. Like there was we had your prom at one point in time. Squirrel Doors hosted many of them. DJ Squirrel hosted them. Like there's been plenty of times where we danced for hours and it felt like we were actually out with friends. Completely forgot about COVID. Just a few hours, just like pure bliss, having a good time.
Yeah.
I really hope you cleaned your headset after that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They were nasty.
Yeah, I can remember that. Went to some. I'm telling you, see, they went to the virtual club. See, y'all, you go to them virtual clubs, you be turning up.
They're
You
fun.
heard it. You
They're
heard
really
it here,
fun.
folks. It's a good time. Yeah, because who's there to judge you except for your cat or the cockroach sitting in the corner watching you sleep?
Right.
Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
don't say that.
really. Right, yeah. The sleep paralysis demon is like, hey man, those moves ain't it. Oh my goodness. But really dialing it in when it comes to COVID, there's still so much that still isn't even know about COVID, and we don't know if it's going to make a resurgence. We don't, whatever. I want to ask you all this one question, okay? If COVID came back, and if we went on lockdown again, what would you do now? Now that you've been through it once, what would you do now with that time allotted to you? Anyone can go ahead and take the reins.
Stark?
I would definitely start streaming and recording stuff. I'm kind of starting that now, but it's going slow, but I'd put a lot of momentum into that if I had to go back into lockdown.
Okay. Title.
Okay, so this is along the lines of what I'm already trying to do, sort of, but I'll just say it here. So with VR, I want things to be extremely immersive. Like I've been making an entire. I'm calling it Center Wave, right? And it's going to be having automated things like comedy nights, like some party nights right here, and some things are going to be automated. You can go anywhere. There's going to be like rides, kind of like an amusement park, kind of like VR's Disney World. And I want people to feel like they, what's the word? Like some people don't have like enough money to go out to those places and all that, and they have to stay home and they don't have those opportunities. So it's like it's right there, and you can just have fun there and feel at least something like that. So I think that's pretty cool, if that makes any sort of sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Disneyland in Rec Room. I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so like my happy place outside of VR is the gym. Like I love going there, and it's more so from a mental health than it is from a physical health. Yes, I am getting in shape, but like that's where I go to unwind and just enjoy myself. If it came back, I would stay out of the gym just because wearing a mask and working out is terrible, and I would get in nature more. I would go out on trails, I would go to parks, just where there's not a lot of people, and I could still work out, enjoy myself, and get some sunlight, have a good time.
Okay. I go to the gym as well, and it is. Let me tell you, that place you fighting demons up in the gym. Woo, let me tell you, it's a great place to be.
You'll find the demons
Fighting
there.
demons and all. Really
I almost
though,
feel like
I
I'm being
mean,
judged at a gym.
See, that does
yeah.
happen, but
it does.
oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say it definitely does happen. However, it's you just feel that way. Most of the time, people are just paying attention to themselves. It's just it's a vibe for sure.
I will say the thing that broke that mentality for me, I go to Planet Fitness, it's the whole judgment-free zone. No, it is the we do not care zone. And I'm going to tell you why. There was one day I was going and I was doing bench press, all right? And I'm still getting into this. I'm still getting used to it, having a good time, on my back, lifting up, and the chair, like the seat that I was on, completely just collapsed. Like, fell backwards, the weight came down on me, and I'll tell you, whenever you get into a dire situation, your body will give you some, like, inhuman strength. It is crazy. The weight came down on me, I was already struggling, it comes down, I went, boom, threw the weight up real quick, and, like, locked it in. Not a single person, I mean, this is a packed gym, not a single person batted an eye. I'm on the ground holding weight up like this. The bench is like turned backwards. They didn't come over to ask. They didn't come over to help. Nothing. They didn't even look at me. I'm like, I appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all. After that, I had nobody. Nobody cares. They're all doing their own thing. They're in their own world. You might die in the gym, but like you are not going to be judged by everybody. Like,
nobody's attending that
the monk alarm?
right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Did that not go off?
Dude, nothing. Nobody cared at all.
Hey,
I was angry that night. Nobody cared, but like that it changed my mentality. I go to the gym now. I do not care what happens. I go to have a good time by myself. I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, I have one question for you, Saul.
Yeah.
What playlist do you play during the gym?
Dude, I have a mixture. I've had like a gospel upbeat one, something kind of nice. One I was listening to recently is a video game workout playlist. So it's like different old school beats from video games that are like pumped up kind of techno mix. I have my own playlist which is just like it's called currently I think it's currently jamming to this, and it's just a lot of songs I like recently. I'll listen to that. Just a lot of different stuff. I do listen to classical music whenever I run. Don't know why, but I started it years ago, and it actually for some reason like keeps me a good pace and keeps me breathing right. I don't know if it's the tempo, but like it just there's something about it.
Interesting.
See, I listen to old Russian music.
Yeah, he does. He listens to that all the time.
It actually, and that's because it's so motivational. I don't understand what they're saying. I'm just kind of listening, and everybody's kind of hardcore. I don't know why. It's kind of.
I need you to send me a playlist sometime. I just want to check that out.
Let me tell you, the results through the roof. It's wild. Like, I don't know what it is, but and the only reason why I listen to it because Russia, they have some great male choirs. Oh my God. If you've not heard a Russian male choir, you're in for a treat because they sound so good. Like, you'd be like, wait, hold on. Where has this been? Yeah, but I love old music, like old music way back when. Everybody in that era is probably dead by now. But great music, wonderful music. It made me feel, like I was, doing something. I guess I was moving slowly, especially when in the gym. It feels like a snap of a finger when you're really into it, especially that music. Music really makes that gym experience for sure. But I would definitely say, when it comes to, if I would do anything different, I don't really think I would. Maybe I'd clean up more. I don't know. That's pretty lazy. I kind of just took a load off. But I don't really think I would do anything different. Yeah, right? Like, I stopped doing everything. I said food, Uber Eats. I said shower, bottle of water. No, I'm just playing. That's nice. Oh, that's horrible. But no, I don't think I would change anything because actually COVID, gave me this opportunity to put more time into this club and to really think it through and to really craft it. And I was able to meet some great people, build more relationships, get more active in the Rec Room community. Taught me a lot about myself and the type of person I am, and just it definitely taught me a lot about what I want in this life, even as an adult. And that's for any of the younger kiddos. Even as an adult, yes, you do think about who you want to be, even though you're already in adulthood. You still think about who do you want to be, what type of person do you want to be. It really never ends. You're always changing every day. And thank you so much, Stork and Tidal Wave, for coming up on stage. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Thank you so much
How can I hear
coming
that?
up here and giving some lovely words and sharing. You may now exit via the
where's the
back
bathroom?
door. It's right back there.
It's in the lobby.
On Gibbler's show.
Thank
the
you for
bathroom.
inviting me
There you
here.
go.
Everyone
Yes,
point
yes,
at the camera.
yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, very gamer.
Point at the camera.
Everyone
Everyone point at the camera. It'd be
We're
funny.
pointing at the camera.
Is it this door right here?
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's this
goodness.
door.
Yes, it's that magical door to the back rooms. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead. You're still standing perfect. Let's go ahead and put down interview mode and put up speech mode, and let's hit that speech music to close us off, please. And as we're closing, and as we're here today, okay. We've talked about COVID. We've talked about what we would do, and we've talked about it all today. We've had a good time. I had a good time with SoulFox here and the rest of you guys coming up. One thing I really want to stress, and and this whole club's about, is when COVID was here, and I asked them the same question, and I'll ask you the same question. What would you do differently? What would you do? I want you to think about it. Because we don't know when our day is our last day. Tomorrow is not promised. It's not, even in the slightest. Every day is a blessing, and we should view it as such. We should view every day as an opportunity to start something new in our life, to maybe change things that we don't like. But it is also a time that we can learn how to accept ourselves. It's a time that we all need to take. So I want to encourage each and every one of you, when you have alone time, when you have time to yourself, take advantage of that time. Get to know your family, get to know your friends, go out there and be the best you can be. But remember, don't complain. As humans, it's natural to complain. It's okay, you're human. What can you say? But think about it. Think about if you were in the shoes of some of the people who had COVID. I saw many young people in the hospital with COVID. Some of them, unfortunately, did not make it. So think about it. If it was your last day on earth, what would you be doing? How would you, if you knew it and you had 24 hours, what would you do? Take the time for yourself. You deserve it. Listen, we all are in this rat race. We're working hard. I get it. But please, take the time to get to know yourself, to be grateful for what you have. Because like COVID showed us, we don't know when it could all disappear. You don't have to wait till you get into your adulthood to start thinking about your future. You don't have to wait till something crazy happens. Do it now. Do it today. Think about your future now, today. You don't have to wait. And I can promise you, if you start today thinking about who you want to be, thinking about what you want to do, you can change your whole life. You really can. Because it starts with you. It starts with you taking the responsibility for your life and saying, this is my life, and I want to do something with it different. What are you waiting for? The time is now. There's no better day like today. To take control, listen to the good thoughts, block out the negative thoughts, and make it through. Oh my goodness, I've dropped my makeup pen. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. I'm getting really into it. But take the time, please. And I also just want to say I love each and every one of you. I want to thank you so much for how much support you've put into this club, how much support you've supported me and my staff and our guests. Thank you. Because there was a time when, I'd pray, I'd be like, God, why do I still play this game? And I genuinely wanted to quit. But because of this club and because of COVID, this club became something special. And I want to thank each and every one of you every day. You have no idea. You have no idea what you've done for me. Because for a long time, I thought, hey, I don't have a place in this game. I don't have, there's no purpose for me. But I do. And it's because of you that I do. So I want to thank each and every one of you for giving me your time, your energy, for giving me your kindness, for giving me your kind behavior. Just thank you for being awesome. Thank you for being the Rec Room community that we want to be for change, right? We want to make a Rec Room community for change, right? And it starts with us. So I want to say thank you for taking the time out of your day, out of your life, to come here, support the club, support the people, and to support Rec Room too. So thank you for everything. Truly, let me tell you, I love each and every one of you. I really, really do. Thank you for doing all that you do. And thank you for being who you are. And one last thing I'll say is, as always, whenever you get down in the dumps, when you don't know what to do, remember Uncle Black Man Ross said this, and Uncle SoulFox said this too, okay? We love you, and do your best. Isn't that right, SoulFox?
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right. You have anything to add on? Please, feel free.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say thank you all for being here. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for having me on. It's been a lovely time. And lastly, I just want to say I'll be in the lobby if you want to grab some pictures. I'm only charging 1 taco per picture,
yes.
Okay? Yes. I'm really hungry. It's late.
No soft shells. No soft
shells.
tortillas, only hard. Oh.
Yeah,
We like some soft. Okay. Bring the soft shell tortillas.
But anyway, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, and it's been a lovely time. So thank you.
Of course, it's been an honor. Let's switch to the intro music, and then let's get all the staff on the stage, please. All them staff, you come on up here. All the staff, come on down. Pal, you're technically staff too, so you might as well come.
Oh, wait, scroll to
Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Please don't forget to subscribe to all these lovely people, the staff, SoulFoxGaming, because listen, the staff make it possible, okay, to keep this place peaceful, okay, and keep the riffraff out. Don't forget to thank SoulFoxGaming for, taking some time to be here with us. I mean, I know he's a busy, working hard man. Okay, so thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. We truly enjoyed having you. You're welcome anytime. Wonderful. Listen, the door's always open. It really is. Thank you guys for coming. Love each and every one of you, and I will see you Friday. Let's go meet the people. You guys can all fly out there. Let's go meet, shake some hands, take some pictures, meet some new people. Yes, DJ.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yes. Also, don't forget, look out for the RecCon Chaz Equals Human Lifestyle Club RecCon panel, okay? If I send another invite on later tonight. Can you drop the Discord in the bio, Lego?
Oh my god.
Okay, Fam is gonna drop the Discord in the bio. That's good news. You're healthy. Also, if you'd like to join the club, come over here and press this button right now. If you have it, shame on you. Okay, we meet Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Hey, Mondays we do open interview night and open topic night. Wednesdays we do motivational speech nights. Fridays debate night. Also, check out some of these beautiful rooms that I've worked so hard to build for you. Check out the Chaz Equals Human Sculpture Museum if you want to have an emotional breakdown.
Sounds good, man.
Check out Room 209 if you want to have a great luxury experience. Check out the Chaz Equals Human Bar and Lounge, a fan favorite. And check out the Indigenous Hangout, as well as the Bodak Nightclub, an automated nightclub where you can turn up, as well as the Chaz Equals Human HQ. And one last thing. Always remember, Bobby says what? Subscribe and share. Okay? The Discord is in chat, so if you want to join, it's in chat. But always listen to Bobby. Bobby says subscribe and share, so please do so. Thank you guys. Have a great night. Love you all. I'll see you Friday. Yes. See you, Spooky. Also, can we congratulate our new member of staff? someone I've been waiting to become a member of staff. The one and only Coco Yeet is a lovely member of the Chaz
My
Eagles
man's
Human
got the
staff
heavenly
team.
white
And then, of
hair.
course,
Well,
Private
very
is now a member of staff. So very proud of you both. You guys did great tonight. I know we should have a party. I didn't schedule an after event today. I should have,
absolutely.
though. I probably should have. Yeah, we can, I mean, oh yeah, we could go to the bar. I mean, that's a good place. Everyone party up.
Dare, I know what you're doing.
We're
Don't
just
you dare.
we're gonna go to a hangout. We're gonna go to the bar to
you
hang
dare,
out.
Lego.
You guys can take some more pictures with SoulFox. You can ask some questions, you know. Gotta do it the
Ayo,
old fashioned
you
way.
got that
Let
godly
me do it the
light
old
up,
fashioned way. There you go. But everyone party up. We're gonna go to the bar.
Are you
You guys
fine?
can continue taking some pictures. And you guys can, continue all of that good stuff. Alrighty. Are you coming with us, pal?
Awesome, yeah, we'll do.
Alrighty.
Go
sounds
that
like
way
a plan.
some. Go that way
I
some.
would support you, but I'm trying to
Alrighty. Oh no. Okay. Let's make sure everyone's in the party.
It's okay. No worries,
Everybody,
man.
if you see someone who's not in the party, grab them,
Okay, I
snatch
think
them,
this is
snatch them by the weed.
Are you coming, Laura?
Let's see.